Freedom and taxes, they are antithetical. In my view, they're fools. I want lower taxes, greater individual freedom, more individual responsibility, and a belief that government is not the best means to provide welfare. But there has never been a civilization without taxation of some. It has never existed. They are, like death, inevitable. And you can have good ones, and you can have bad ones. You can have good levels, you can have bad levels. What are good, what are bad? Depends on what your philosophy is. Different people struggle to agree. You can have voluntary taxes, you can have involuntary taxes. It's inevitable that some of our labour, some of our property is going to be taken for the common good. And the question is how much? So we're going to go the other way. We're going to look to Hong Kong. We're going to design utopia. Today, we're going to go back to the traditions, the ancient traditions of the tithe. The overall tax burden is going to be 10, 15% of GDP, not 50%. We're going to have lower taxes, we're going to have simpler taxes. Government spending, therefore, cannot exceed that figure. Government is going to have to do less, and it's going to have to spend less, and it's going to have to spend better, and it's going to have to be more transparent, and it's going to have to be more accountable. You said to me government spending goes to 20, even 25% of GDP.
I think people...
I would go, yes, okay. It's inevitable that some of our labour, some of our property is going to be taken for the common good. And the question is how much?
That 10% number to me just seems reasonable. It just seems like, you know what, I'll give up a little bit to the common good. And like, you know, that 10%, I wouldn't even bat an eye at it. I'd be happy to do it. And I think the majority of society probably would feel that way, I think.
And we also need to look at the outside of the IRS building in Washington, and which says taxation is the price we pay for a civilized society, and ask ourselves if we should reinscribe it with something like higher taxes do not lead to greater revenue.
Absolutely.
Lower taxes do. Lower taxes lead to greater revenue to the exchequer. You know, you can quote JFK saying it, or you can quote Andrew Mellon saying it. There's lots of famous Americans who have said this. You can quote Milton Friedman saying it.
Oh, it looks like we can go all the way back to the ancient texts of Sumer to quote it. We can go to the fourth caliphate of the Muslim world who said it.
But we want to have, if it's America, we want to have a great American saying it.
That is true.
So there are income taxes in utopia. There is VAT and sales tax. There are, but they never exceed 15%.